We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Is this the best U20 wrestling team ever for Team USA? There's an argument there. There's an
I
argument there. What do you
I think
think?
so. I mean, I don't know about you guys, and maybe it's just because I love to follow like the high school wrestlers, so I'm like a little bit more tuned into this. But I think this is a really, really good group of guys going to U20s, top to bottom. I just, where do you even start? I mean, I don't know if it's statistically the best team ever, but I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back, if a ton of hardware. Mike,
I
what do you
mean,
guys think before I deep dive?
let's just at a high level, let's go through over who the team is for
All right.
U20s. So Luke Lillidahl, Marcus Blaze, Bo Bassett, PJ Duke, Ladarian Lockett, Zack Ryder, Josh Barr, Connor Mirisola, Justin Rademacher, and Ben Keeter.
Yeah, just absolutely
Hammers.
hammers.
How many of those are Penn State guys?
Five.
Like half of them, yeah.
One.
Yeah, so five Penn
Lillidahl,
State.
Duke,
Happens.
Ryder, Barr, Mirasola.
Yeah, there's five Penn State wrestlers. Oh, well, Zack Ryder too.
Yeah, so that's five.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So five Penn State, two uncommitted. Um, Lockett is Oklahoma State, so that's huge for the David Taylor era. Ben Keeter, obviously Iowa. Rademacher is, I believe he
Oregon
wrestled
State.
for Oregon State. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you know, pretty great. But
Even the guys in the finals, even the top three.
yeah,
Like
I
you
mean
got, I mean, all American caliber guys
that's
in the top
exactly it.
three.
I mean, you have.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed with Luke Lillidahl. Um, this is his fourth world team in 4 years. He took a silver at U17, then a gold at U17, a silver at U20. If the pattern holds true, he'll take a gold at U20 this year. And he had to beat Jax Forrest, who, as we just saw, took fourth at the senior level. And he beat Jax in two straight matches, which I don't know if anyone's done recently, shall we say.
Yeah, but Jax wasn't exactly preparing the most
Yeah.
wise
He's
way,
still
as you shared.
Yeah, Jackson's still a kid. I mean, so for those of you guys that are watching that don't know, Jax broke his nose I like days before playing backyard football.
He
And
looks like he looks like Owen Wilson now.
yeah, it's so completely off to the side and his eyes are swollen. So people that watched it saw that he was wearing, a mask. And in freestyle, obviously headgear is not required. He chose to wear it because he had to keep the mask in place. And anyone that's ever wrestled with a broken nose or a mask knows that how limiting the vision is wearing those things, and how hard it is to breathe and how hot it gets in that. But 61 kilos. Marcus Blaze, two straight against Ben Davino, another absolute stud.
I mean, Marcus Blaze is freaking killing it. He's been having like such a tear lately. Like, I feel like if he were, I mean, he's going into his senior year of high school. If
Yeah.
he were going into his freshman year of college, I think like he could be in the mix for a title. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Well, where is he gonna land? Where do you guys think? Comments. Where is Marcus Blaze gonna land? Is he gonna be with his brother Joey at Purdue? Or is he gonna be at Penn State? Or is he gonna be at where else has he been? Iowa,
He's seen all the big,
Ohio State.
yeah, he's done the big five that he's kind of talked about. What's funny though is that when he did an interview about like the place he visited, didn't even mention Purdue, and then the interviewer had to be like, "Oh, and also Purdue." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's right, that's right."
oh yeah,
Um,
of course.
The fake
so
out.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think Marcus Blaze is one of those talents that really can win at just about any school. It's not like, oh, I have to go to Penn State or I have to go to Iowa or I have to go to Cornell. I feel like he has the talent and the ability to go really to any school and still be successful at a high level. I mean, we're seeing it now. Um,
Well, maybe
Like a
he'll be the
Wyoming,
Ramirez of the
perhaps.
school.
yeah, like a Wyoming, perhaps, for those
We know
Wyoming
we
fans
know
out there.
what we have one commenter who's big on Wyoming.
Yeah, that's one of my high school wrestlers. He loves to comment about Wyoming. He thinks it's a very good joke for him. But
Does he know
what's
about
funny?
Bryce Meredith?
Oh yeah, he does. He's a
Yeah.
huge fan of wrestling. But even in crazy as 61, you have Kyler Larkin, who is a great wrestler in his own right, takes fourth in that weight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just speaks to the depth of it. And 65 kilo college wrestler Sergio Lemley that knocked off Real Woods takes fourth.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, Bo Basset, Aiden Valencia, first and second. Bo, 2 straight matches. He's been on fire. He beat Aiden 4 times this year, I think he said in a post-match interview. And Aiden Valencia is an absolute animal. I mean, this guy has won senior level international matches already.
Yeah, Aiden's got to be like so upset that Bassett exists.
It's just imagine being so good like you win.
Aiden's problem is he doesn't get up at 4:55 p.m. a.m. every day to
That's
train.
it. You're sleeping in.
Yeah, that's the missing ingredient.
But you know, it's crazy though when I think Aiden Valencia won a Paris tournament. He took gold senior level in Paris at some like the Yasar Dogo, but not that obviously. I think it was like the Paris Grand Prix or something. And he beat grown men just to be like, oh, I lose 2 straight to like another high schooler in America. It's just it's so wild to me. I keep saying it. I'm like a broken record, but like we are in the golden era of wrestling. Guys just keep getting better. 70 kilo Antrell Taylor takes third behind Cannon Webster and PJ Duke.
Cannon Webster's going to be big for Illinois this year.
Huge. And he's beaten really good guys in the past. But PJ Duke is really just on another level. I think that his ability to bring his judo game into it is hugely helpful for him, especially at the international level where guys are a little bit more comfortable in that over-under position and like to go for the bigger moves. PJ lives there, and he executes incredibly well there. This is a guy that dominates from his feet in folk style. And another big Penn State recruit that you're like, man, like where are they going to put all these talented wrestlers?
They're not.
Especially with the rumors of Tyler Kasak going up.
Yeah, missing weight to make, he missed at I believe he missed 70 kilo actually.
Yeah, missed 154.
So, that'll be interesting to see what happens. 74 kilo. I'm torn on Ladarian Lockett sometimes. I've mentioned this to you guys, is I think he's got all the talent in the world. I think just sometimes he takes his foot off the gas. And I feel like I've seen this at Super 32, and I've seen this in some of his folk style matches, is that like comes out pretty well, controlling, and then he kind of just like, okay, I'm just going to coast now. And I don't know if he gets tired or what, but he actually dropped a match to Bo Mantanona, who is a incredible wrestler in his own right, is going to be huge for Michigan. But then Ladarian Lockett comes and just texts him in the next match. So it's like, if you could do that, and I know freestyle text a little different, but if you have the ability to do that all the time, why don't you? And I think with David Taylor there as his coach, he's going to help him find an extra gear consistently and constantly. And
is he a Bo Bartlett part 2?
No. I would say that he's so much more dynamic than Bo.
Whoa. Because when Bo goes, Bo's legit.
Yeah. But I think Ladarian Lockett, he kind of speaks, his body of work has spoken for itself. I was surprised to see Joe Seeley take fourth, another Penn State recruit, highly touted, and a former world champion, actually, at U17. So I was kind of surprised to see him take fourth. But
not every Penn State recruit can win.
No, and but what's crazy is Joe Seeley's a multiple-time prep national champion. I mean, this is no slouch. So it just shows the depth of the guys they're recruiting in the room. It really is a battle. 79 kilograms. I didn't expect this at all, to be honest with you. I didn't think Zack Ryder was going to beat Gabe Arnold, especially not too.
Gabe Arnold thought Zack Ryder was going to beat Gabe Arnold.
Yeah. So the last
I think
time
Gabe Arnold's more of a folk style guy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The last time they wrestled, Gabe Arnold lost to Zack Ryder, and that was a while ago. And people were saying, with the whole year plus of being in a Division I room and wrestling in college and wrestling under the brands, that this will probably be the difference maker. And Gabe Arnold will take that leap over Zack Ryder. For those that follow, Zack Ryder actually took a year off. He decided to forego his senior year. Him and PJ Duke were teammates at Minisink High School in New York. Who actually, they run a great tournament. If anyone has ever had the chance to go there, they do a great job. The Minisink Wrestling Tournament. Mike knows it's a great time, very competitive.
It's okay.
Debatably stole points.
Okay.
Oh,
Controversy with the points, but it was interesting that Zack Ryder forwent his senior year, decided to train at M2 the whole season, whole year, in and out of the NLWC, and man, he beat him in 2 straight. And if Gabe Arnold is an All-American threat, I mean, we saw what he did last season in folk style. What is Zack Ryder going to potentially do from the bench, though?
yeah. What's he gonna do on the bench?
I mean,
Bench for
there's gonna be
several
some-
years potentially
there's-
too.
That's what I mean. There's going to be some really, really competitive wrestle-offs.
Because Will
with Penn State.
Henkel is his teammate.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Is Will Henkel took third,
Mhm.
right behind Gabe Arnold. So it's just it's so crazy how how is this all going to work out? And another weight, 86 kilo, another Penn State guy, Josh Barr beats Aiden Sinclair in 2
I
straight.
wasn't expecting that.
Blew my mind. Aiden Sinclair teched Josh Barr the last time they wrestled, which was only 5 weeks ago at the U20 Nationals. And I went into this thinking, oh well, it's great that Josh Barr made the finals, but Aiden Sinclair had every answer for him. Josh Barr had no chance of possibly scoring. He got in several times nice and deep, but he just wasn't able to score. Heavy hips from Sinclair. And what did Josh Barr do? He beats him 2-2 on criteria. First match. You go, okay, well, it's criteria is tough. So I was like, okay, well, I don't think he beats Sinclair again. And sure enough, Sinclair beats him the second match. Forces a third. Josh Barr turns it on, texts Sinclair.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, but that's
So
the thing with freestyle. It's so like one match could be just a complete wipeout. It's so I don't know. It's just the way that the point system is.
Yeah.
That's true.
92. Yep, 92 kilo. Connor Mirisola, another Penn State commit. Who does he wrestle? Ryder Rogotsky. He beats the brakes off Rogotsky. And I'm sure Penn State fans are very much looking forward to this after Rogotsky had a pretty big pin against a Penn State wrestler. Transfer, but still a Penn State wrestler.
It's just because, Ryder couldn't choose top. Just,
That's it.
Just wait. Just wait.
Just wait for him to choose.
Cradle's
top.
coming.
He is a pin machine.
Yeah. I was a little surprised at 97 kilo. No disrespect to Rademacher, but I kind of thought this was Cody Merrill's weight class to lose. And even though Cole Mirisola is in it, I did think he was the underdog, having lost to, I believe it was Camden McDaniel last time they wrestled. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know if he'll be able to get it done. And Cody Merrill, very, very, very stingy, very tough to score on, beats Cole Mirisola. And I just thought he was going to roll, and it turned out that was not the case.
Yeah, but he only lost 2-2 to Rademacher.
Yeah, it's tough, and that's why I have a love-hate with criteria. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there do, but I'd like to see like overtime in freestyle sometimes.
Oh, I would so much rather there be overtime.
But I think it's super. If you're Cody Merrill fan, you have to be still very excited for the future here, and even Cole Mirisola for Penn State. It's just trying to have that growth separation from his brother is tough to go up a whole nother 5 kilos.
Yes, when you're a twin and you're
exactly
the same.
And I think the biggest shock for me was Ben Keeter at 125.
Oh, wear your Iowa hate a little bit louder, please.
I wasn't sure how serious he was going to take it. Ben has talked about how big football is for his life. He is a true 2-sport athlete, and there's a lot of money in football, especially when you're as good as Ben is.
Yeah, but with these these new NCAA rules and changes, wrestling's going to be potentially equally as lucrative and less tolling on your mental capacity in terms of we all saw that movie Concussion.
I think
I actually didn't see it.
I didn't see it either, but I remember like the commercials like tell the truth. I think there's a strong chance, and this is obviously early to say, but that Ben Keeter would go to the NFL. Iowa has great tight ends. The one before him was a 3-star athlete as well, just like he was. Similar build, similar height, similar weight. And he was a first-round draft pick, if I remember correctly. So I think the recipe is there for him to go to the NFL if he chooses, but he made a big choice to say, hey, I'm going to wrestle for, a world spot. And while he didn't dominate every match,
He
I
came from
think
behind in an early round.
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to beat Aiden Atoe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this weight was pretty deep. You had Coy Hopke, who was also a world champion. You had Aiden Atoe. You had Jim Mullen, who was a world silver, I believe. Might have been a world bronze. Don't quote me on that. Nick Sahakian, who is probably going to be the number 1 heavyweight in high school returning. And, Ben Keeter kind of ran the weight still. Even though he was behind, he looked great. He wrestled hard. And it really gives you a lot of hope because I know myself included was like, oh, he's a little undersized during the college season. And how is he going to do? And is he going to be able to balance both? Is he going to go one way or the other? And if you're an Iowa fan, having him winning the world spot and potentially go back to win another world title like he's done before is a huge, step in the right direction for keeping the Iowa wrestling program strong and alive.
Like, especially he was the only guy from Iowa that got a spot.
Yeah.
At the U20s.
Listen, if Gable Steveson can make it to the NFL without playing football, I'm sure Ben Keeter will be just fine in a few years after he does his wrestling thing.
I mean, that's a fair point. Gable, who's never played football.
Literally 0 times in his life. They said the first time he put on a pair of cleats was at his tryout. So I thought this was cool. Flow Wrestling did like a U20 freestyle world team trials college team scores based on the same, if it was a tournament setting. And as usual, Penn State dominated. They got 72.5 points. But the team that took second was actually uncommitted. It was uncommitted high schoolers.
Yeah.
And they had 33 points.
Flex
Iowa,
on that.
Yeah, Iowa and Cornell, again, just like NCAA's, neck and neck, with Iowa having 21 and Cornell having 20.5. Ohio State, 18 points. Oklahoma State, 17.5. Michigan, 16. And so on and so forth. But it's just great to see these high school wrestlers continue to push the boundaries and get it to the next level. I'm super curious to where Marcus Blaze, Bo Bassett, Jax Forrest, where all these guys commit to because they're doing some pretty big things.
Well, the sophomores still got plenty of time, and
yeah,
Marcus is probably waiting until the last minute to make a decision.
Oh yeah.
But
let us know your thoughts down below in terms of U20s. This is the best U20 team that we have seen. Let us know in the comments down below. Where's Marcus Blaze going to be committing and some of these other wrestlers that we talked about. And let us know your comments down below. Anything else that we didn't talk about, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.